swing, para. Hey, swing, para. Kennedy, swing, para.
Welcome to the Roundup, and here we are, 162 games in the book, and we have the AL wildcard in front of us. Before we get started, a little bit of housekeeping. Smash that like button, give us a follow at Offside and Out of Bounds, and let us know in the comments what you think and who you think is going to win. We have the Yankees of New York and the Red Sox of Boston clashing in the wild card game that no one wanted to see, except for those in Boston and New York. But here we have it, people. An epic playoff showdown between two teams that have given us nothing but magic when it comes to October. Let's break this down. As expected for the most part of the season, this has been a very tight matchup. In fact, the edge goes to Boston 10 games to 9. However, the Yankees offense has hit very similar to Boston, except they have pounded out 14 more hits. So they've got 38 hits, 5 home runs, 74 runs for, 75 runs against. And the Red Sox have 24 hits for, 5 home runs, 75 runs for, and 74 runs against. The Yankees will be sending Cy Young candidate Garrett Cole. He is charged with winning this wild card game for the Yankees. On the year, he was 16-8 with a 3.23 ERA, 243 strikeouts, and a WHIP of 1.08. The Boston Red Sox head-to-head with Cole. They are hitting 273 off him as a team with 5 home runs and 13 RBIs. Now, the Red Sox saved Nate Eovaldi for this wild card game. On the season, he was 11-9 with a 3.75 ERA and 195 strikeouts. The Yankees, again, fared decently against Eovaldi, hitting 275 with 5 home runs and 12 RBIs against Eovaldi this year. The projected lineup for the Yankees for this game will be Torres, Rizzo, Judge, Stanton, Gallo, Urshela, Gardner, Odor, and Higashioka. Now, you can see here from the second column, those are the numbers they have directly against Eovaldi. So a lot of very low batting averages and not a whole lot of production coming from the bottom of the order. And Judge and Stanton have had some success against him, but if they can be neutralized, it'll be very easy for Boston to get ahead in this game and put some more runs up on the board on their side. Now the projected lineup for the Red Sox are going to be leading off with Hernandez, Schwarber, Bogaerts, Devers, Martinez, Verdugo, Renfroe, Arroyo, and Plawecki. Kind of a flip side of here from what we saw with New York. The Red Sox tend to handle Garrett Cole pretty well. They do get production, pretty much up the lineup. Schwarber's only faced him 3 times. Plawecki has yet to face him, but everyone seems to have him kind of figured out. Now, looking at the bullpen matchup, this is a tale of 2 very, very different bullpens. The Yankees bullpen for the last, I'd say, good 3 weeks has been pretty strong. Green's been logging some big innings. Loisiga's been logging a lot of big innings and getting a lot of big outs. Then you've also got Germain and Severino in there, kind of teamed up with Holmes, Peralta, and King, and Chapman anchoring everything there. They definitely have a strong bullpen. Now, on the Boston Red Sox side, it's been a mishmash. Barnes was the closer of record for this team for most of the year, but did lose that role back in August. And Cora has been throwing everyone at the wall, hoping something is going to stick. So with this bullpen for the 1-game elimination, don't be surprised if you see Nick Pivetta, Eduardo Rodriguez, and any other starters who might have some rest in them that can go. Now, we're definitely used to these matchups just being absolutely epic and coming down to the wire. So one thing we definitely want to look at here are the bats on the bench. So on the Yankee side, you've got Wade, Sanchez, and Velasquez. Sanchez obviously being the more productive out of the 3, as he has seen a lot more at-bats and game time. On the other side, Boston's got Dahlbeck, Shaw, and Vasquez. Vasquez being a catcher, so if he needs to come in late inning situations, he's definitely their strong catcher. Shaw's been pretty decent, obviously, in limited at-bats, and then Dahlbeck, the super rookie, who's got 25 home runs and 78 RBIs. There tends to be a little bit more power on the Boston side here. But Gary Sanchez, as I've said before, this is a guy in late inning situations that always tends to come in and get that big hit. Now let's see who's out here. We've got LeMahieu and Voit both out. Voit, bad ankle. LeMahieu, sports hernia. They will not be suiting up tonight. And out for the Red Sox is relief pitcher Josh Taylor for a bullpen that is up in the air. This definitely hurts them. However, I think the Yankees losing 2 big bats off the bench, it kind of equals it out. X Factor. Dodgers. The X factor for the Yankees is definitely going to be Giancarlo Stanton, who up to this point has had an absolutely insane September and October. In 19 games against Boston, he is hitting .265 with 17 hits, 4 home runs, 14 RBIs. Strikeouts are a little bit high, so he's going to have to get a lot more patient at the plate, look for the right spots, and he's going to have to come through if the Yankees are going to win. The X factor for the Red Sox, it's obviously the only guy who's always smiling, and that's Rafael Devers. 19 games against New York, he's hitting .253, 17 hits, 5 home runs, and 18 RBIs, and has scored 12 runs. Low strikeout numbers as well. Devers is absolutely just mashing right now. This is Mr. Save Your Season right here. If he gets going and he has success against Cole with 3 home runs and 8 RBIs against him this year, he is going to be a definite X factor in the Boston Red Sox winning this game. Okay, time to find an edge. We've got 6 categories here. Starting pitching, bullpen, closer, offense, defense, bench. Start with the starting pitching. Eovaldi, Cole. I got to take Cole in this situation. So the edge, starting pitching, goes to the Yankees. The bullpen, Boston's bullpen is up in the air. They don't know who's left, who's right, who's up, who's down. The Yankees, a little more solid there. So I'm going to have to take the Yankees bullpen here. Give them the edge. On the closer side, Boston doesn't know who's going to be closing games today. The Yankees, they know what happens in the bottom of the ninth, top of the ninth. It's Aroldis Chapman. So edge goes to the Yankees. On the offense, I think that the success level Boston's had against Cole is definitely going to come into play here. So I got to give the edge on offense to Boston. On the defense side, Boston's at home. They know this field, the mystery of Fenway. They know it inside and out. They know how the balls are going to bounce off the monster. They know how the ball's going to bounce off the sidewall. So got to give the edge to Boston here. And then the bench, I like the patience and the power on the Boston bench, so I'm going to have to give them the edge there as well. So now we're 3-3. At the end of the day, whoever's X factor kicks in. So if Stanton comes up and is absolutely mashing in this game, or Devers comes up and is absolutely mashing in this game, the X factor is going to be the one that decides the outcome of this game. Well, it comes down to this. We have to make a decision. Who are we going to take to win this game? Again, X factors are going to be the thing that decides everything. I just think that being at home for that one game is going to make a lot of difference here. So I have to go with Boston in this. I think it's going to be a close game, like a 5-4, a 6-5, kind of in that range. But that's who I'm going to go with. I'm taking Boston tonight. Well, thank you for joining us here at the Roundup to break down the AL wildcard. Up next, it is the NL wildcard. And for all the playoff previews for each of the series going forward up into the World Series, please stay tuned, stick with us. Smash that like button, leave us a comment, let us know if you're riding with us with the Red Sox or if you're going Yankees all the way. And ultimately, subscribe to Offside and Out of Bounds. We've got some great stuff coming up for the rest of the baseball season and award season as well. We're going to see you real soon.